This is Shay Down Under. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Shay Down Under show. I'm reasonably happy to report that at this stage the fires are mostly under control. The Gospers mountain fire, which was 500,000 hectares, is now officially under control, and that's very exciting because that's just an unbelievable size. And the weather has cooled down here for the next few days, and we should, with all luck in our camp, we should get through without too many more outbreaks. They're still copping it on Kangaroo Island and other places. So I thought, well, I'd start this show off, and there's a famous poem, and I just don't happen to have it on CD or anything that I can use. I might have to dig it out and just recite it, but it's called I Love a Sunburnt Country, and it tells you all about Australia. And we have droughts, then we have rain, we have bushfires, we have it all. So I thought, well, I'll start the show off with a song here. In the last 3 or 4 years at least, an organisation has sprung up in Australia, and they're called the Hay Runners, and they're a charitable organisation, and people get to donate some money every now and again, and they buy truckloads of hay and take them to the drought affected areas where the farmers have nothing for their animals. So here is a song by Gary Ellis, a fella that I know from up the Central Coast, and Jenny Anderson. And the song is called The Hay Run Heroes.
We haven't had a drop of rain, feels like 100 years. And the ball of the cattle and the bleat of the sheep, the brother toughest cocky near to tears. And his missus frets if it don't end soon, he may choose a cheap way out. He could use a mate or a twist of fate to beat this flaming drought. From the city to the country, folks have all combined to help the battling farmers throughout this dreadful time. From the west and the south to the back of Burke, there's farmers sending hay, and the long haul boys will do their bit. A convoy's on its way. There's a cloud of dust and a sniff of diesel heading out to the ridge. It's been bloody dry out Lightning Way, the cattle and the sheep crying out for hay. So cockies from all over and truckies will have a crack. Big rigs falling home out to the drought struck great out back. Convoy passing through, just tip your hat and wave, and watch the driver's eyes light up. He's been on the road for days and days. There's a message from the cockies that never will be forgotten. A big thank you goes out to everyone. Thanks a bloody lot. There's a cloud of dust and a sniff of diesel, heading out to the ridge. It's been bloody dry out Lightning Way. The cattle and the sheep crying out for hay. So cockies from all over, and truckies will have a crack. Big rigs falling home out to the drought-struck great outback. There's a cloud of dust and a sniff of diesel heading out to the ridge. It's been bloody dry out Lightning Way. The cattle and the sheep crying out for hay. So cockies from all over, and truckies will have a crack. Big rigs hauling home out to the drought-struck great outback. Big rigs hauling home out to the drought-struck great outback.
Thanks, Brendan Farrell. You're a bloody legend, mate. Good on you, Brycey, and thanks to Rotary as well. Thank you, Western Australia. And what about those truckies, eh? Well done, everyone.
Yes, the song is called The Hay Run Heroes, and that's Gary Ellis and Jenny Anderson. And now here's Lee Kernigan, Love in the Time of Drought.
It was dusty in December, the dry was setting in. Could see the heat haze rising off the corrugated tin, and nothing stirred out in the holding yard. She came right out of nowhere like a summer rain. Could feel her wrap around me, her breath upon my skin, and she touched me deep down inside my heart. It was thunder, it was lightning, the sky opened up and love tumbled down. It was fearless, it was reckless, it was real as rain on dust. It was love in the time of drought. We watched the neon sunset, I held her body close. The western stars exploded, our love and overflowed, and we lay there, lost in each other's arms. It was thunder, it was lightning, the sky opened up and love tumbled down. It was fearless, it was reckless, it was real as rain on dust. It was love in the time of drought. It was thunder, it was lightning, the sky opened up and love tumbled down. It was fearless, it was reckless, it was real as rain on dust. It was love, the time of drought. In a time of drought.
Yes, that's Lee Kernigan there, the king of country, and Love in the Time of Drought. everybody will be heading to Tamworth to see him again this year. He's there every year. Fair play to him. Now, I told you last week that a great friend of mine, Paul Mallia, who didn't quite lose the house, but it's a very sooty, dirty house currently, he tells me. But he lost his sheds, he lost every blade of grass, every tree of his small property. So he has to start and rebuild everything again. There were 3 other friends of mine who literally lost everything. They lost their houses and literally escaped with their lives. So that was Balmoral before Christmas, as I told you before. Well, Paul, with his involvement with the RFS and seeing all the signage, it was great. So he decided that he would, well, he didn't decide. The song probably came to him, and he decided to put pen to paper and do this great song for the lads. But let him tell you the story himself. All right, folks, over the last couple of weeks, we've been telling you all about the fires that have been happening in our region, and told you all about our village of Balmoral, where some good friends lost property, and we're very lucky here in Hilltop that the fireys did a great job for us. Balmoral last copped a smacking back in 2013. It was known as the Balmoral fire, but it didn't stay long because it jumped out and headed off into the scrub. But I'm delighted to introduce a really good friend of mine who has written a song about this. So Paul Mallia, welcome to the Shay Down Under show.
Thank you, Shay.
And you might tell us what brought on the thing to write this song.
I suppose we'd been living with the fires, knowing that it was out there to our northwest for 3 weeks, nearly a month actually. And it was just a matter of time. You know, it was this fire lurking out the back there, and we were waiting for the next horrible, hot, windy day. We knew eventually it would come. So I suppose there was this build-up over the month. And while at the time I didn't have the emotional energy to write a song, I suppose it was all building. And then once it was over, actually the night of the fires, I started thinking about, there's probably some material in this. I should use some inspiration from the fires. And a friend of mine who's in a band with me, Chris, had mentioned that this would probably be some inspiration for some new material and put it on our webpage. So I thought, okay, well, I have to do it now, don't I? And I was looking for an angle. And I didn't want to do the whole, everything is black and poor me, the house has been damaged or everything has been burnt. I didn't want that sort of sad song. And there were enough of those written anyway. So I was actually driving from Balmoral to Buxton, which was one of the worst hit areas. And the number of signs on people's fences just really stood out at me. People had written big signs, thanks fireys, thanks heroes, RFS heroes. And I thought, that's a really good line for a song. And I came up with the concept of Heroes in Yellow. And the chorus was born, Heroes in Yellow. But I also did want to tell the story of that fire. So I put the dates in there so that people would actually see how long the fire was burning for.
Well, I tell you now, we're still in the middle of it, of course, and the next few days will bring back some scary moments, perhaps. But you have spent the last few days scrubbing.
Scrubbing, high-pressure water cleaner, chainsaws, mulches. I'm pretty tired.
I bet you are. But again, you've been in the village for more than 20 years, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm one of the villagers who can say that I was here for the 2001 fires and the 2013 fires. So I suppose I could call myself a veteran now of bushfires in the village.
Yes, true. Other than Max, who would probably still call you a blow-in if he was still here.
True.
But yeah, look, Paul, the song is inspirational in itself, and I'm so pleased that you've come in and are going to perform it for us, because I think that will bring home to a lot of people who listen to our show, both on the internet and on radio. There are a couple of radio stations in Ireland where the show goes out during the week. So once again, I hope that everything works out for you, that you get past this and get the house back into smick form. And you didn't lose your instruments, which is very important.
Didn't lose a single instrument. Actually, when I got the instruments together, I was surprised at how many I had. They've taken over my friend's house at Camden.
Well, that's great. All right. Well, look, here we are, folks. We're going to hear this. It's almost like a world exclusive because of the fact that my show is heard around the world. So the song is written and performed by Paul Mallia, and it's called Heroes in Yellow.
26th of November, I tried lightning storm, green water fire, hungry monster born. People argue and read, thought that town would burn, fires all around them. Wasn't their turn, 'cause those heroes in yellow came through for them that day. Lives were on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. Hunger fire lurking, eats all that's in its way. Cross the lake to Oakdale, on a hot and windy day. Sky turned red as fire, ashes falling down. Panic west of Sydney, people leaving town. But those heroes in yellow came true for them that day. Lives are on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. First of December, catastrophic day. Little town of Balmoral was in the monster's way. Temperatures were rising, winds had come on strong. Everything was burning, many houses gone. But those heroes in yellow came through for us today. Lives were on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow, thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. Thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. And thank those heroes in yellow.
Yes, that is Heroes in Yellow by Paul Mallia, and it will be released as a single by the Stringline Folk Band, which is the band Paul is involved with. I made a YouTube clip for Paul, and I used footage from the fires, the general area of the fires around us, and it went up on Friday. Yeah, Friday afternoon. In the first 3 days, it's had over 3,000 views, so it is very catchy. And if you've been to our Facebook page, have a look for it. It's Heroes in Yellow, and it's on our YouTube channel. And the footage is very scary. So the pictures and the video were sent to us from the fireground, thanks to several fireys who had GoPros on them and an odd camera here and there, and a guy by the name of Ned Dawson, who is the official photographer for the RFS. So any of the shots from the sky were taken from a helicopter by Ned Dawson. So that's it. We might play that song near the end again just to give you another touch of it. We'll move on now, because January being the month it is, it's called Elvis Month in parks, and it's called Tamworth Month for the Country Music Festival in Tamworth. Here's John Williamson with Clouds over Tamworth.
Bags in the boot, guitar away. We've done our best another day.
Another day.
Numbers were down, blame the floods, blame the fire. Top up the tank, check the tires.
Check the tires.
I can see the clouds build over Tamworth. Feel a wind nearly blow me away. Like a roly-poly, I'm a-blowing. In a day gone tomorrow, they say. And we'll sing as we head down the highway. Talk about all the people we know who come every year to the valley for the music and rodeo. You don't want to get stuck on the north side. The river runs right through the town. Yes, it's over in time to hit the road, Jack, when the lightning and rain tumbles down. So stay strong, you unsung heroes. Be glad you are part of a team. You'll always come up with a winner when you realize you're part of a dream. I can see the clouds build over Tamworth as we search for the words that ring. All the bells in the Tower of Legends with a song that our children will sing. You don't want to get stuck on the north side. The river runs right through the town. Yes, it's over and time to hit the road, Jack, when the lightning and rain tumbles down. I look up to the Tower of Legends when the lightning and rain tumbles down.
The Shay Down Under Show on shaydownunder.podbean.com.
Yes, and that was Clouds Over Tamworth by John Williams. That's John Williams. John Williamson. He'd be like the Christy Moore of Australia, and write some great material. On the other side of it, I told you previously that between Christmas and New Year, my wife and I, the beautiful Anne Byrne, made around about 1,000 cappuccinos for the fireys, and they loved the cappuccinos and how it was made very simply. So I decided I'd approach the manufacturer of the milk frother, Breville, and I sent them an email and said it'd be lovely if they could see their way to donating a milk frother to the shed. They did. And then I went to Big W. That's like sort of the Tesco of Woolies is the Tesco of Australia, and Big W is like the side of it that sells things rather than groceries. And I went to them, and they happily donated a cappuccino pod machine to me for the shed. So very excited, and I have 150 pods on their way to me in the next couple of days as well. So I'll be presenting them all to the shed in due course, and that's something directly for the lads that they get a benefit from, rather than going into the big pool of money and then getting divvied up and you don't necessarily get what you want. That's the best way to say thank you to the local RFS guys, is go straight to your shed, and you can still get a tax deduction if you want it. If you're a worker and you want to donate money, they'll give you a receipt and you can claim it on your tax. How good is that? All right, now back to Tamworth. This is a great singer and a great songwriter. His name is Doug McIntyre, and the song that I play this month every year because of it, and when you listen to it, just close your eyes and it'll take you to Tamworth for the Country Music Festival. It's called Tamworth.
G'day folks, how's it going all the way from Hay, Byron Bay, Glasgow, Glenrowan? It's summertime in New South Wales. They hit the road and ride the rails. There's the Peel and the Moondy Range, the Camilla Roy on the Liverpool Plains. Banjos, fiddles, big guitars, buskers set on being stars, from Coolangatta to the shores of Perth. If you love your country, head to Tamworth. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Everyone needs a bit of time out. Sneak to the snowy, catch a trout. Some jet off to exotic places. Plenty go to the Carrithal races. Tomo sails to Fraser Island. Build a Bathurst, list to Thailand. Well, a bloke I know went four-wheel driving because he saw a shark. Deep sea diving. Every year they leave the nest. Some head east and some head west. You can bet the last dollar in your purse. Every summer I'm in Tamworth. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. I always leave at the crack of dawn to where the crowds all flock and swarm. I like to hit old Tamworth town well before the sun goes down. It gives me time to set up camp. You don't need to worry about the damp. Take a stroll on down Peel Street. You never know who you'll meet. There's a pixie playing a fiddle and an Indian chief talking in riddles. Adam Harvey and Casa Daly getting their face on the national telly. The band and the tutors start to play. The crowd outside all dance away. Ah, happy days. Here I'm heading back to Tamworth. They came in droves to live the dream. The town was bursting at the seams. Steamy tents and caravans, Chardonnay, stubbies, cans, bushy beards, rubber thongs, icy beer and feet that pong. Good old boys who chew the fat, stick the metal, stick the rat. Snags and onion on a bit of bread. Songs all buzzing round my head. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Here I'm heading back to Tamworth. I tramp the street until it hurts. There's Ned Kelly on a sweaty shirt. O'Neill's McGann sings and chants with cowboy hats and spray-on tans. How's it going? Feeling great. See you, bud. G'day, mate. They crank it up when the sun goes down. What a time. What a town. Here I'm heading back to Tamworth. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Was howling Scrubby Creek in a shopping mall all through the week. Ted was singing the drover's boy, Casey crying out saddle boy, and late at night when the lights were dim, well, I thought I saw Slim. Joy McKee, Doug and the man who might have been our Willow Belt and now True Blue. Stinking hot, time for a brew. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Here everyone needs a bit of time out. Sneak to the snowy, catch a trout. Two Caddy Dave loves to blaze a trail on the road to Nil. Patrick J. Hardigan goes a digging near Broken Hill. Oh, every summer they leave the nest. Some head east and some head west. But I'm addicted to the country sound and nowhere does it like old Tamworth town. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Here I'm heading back to Tamworth. Oh, I'm heading back to Tamworth. Go home. See you again next year.
Yes, that's Doug McIntyre there and Tamworth, and boy doesn't it put, well, I suppose if you've ever been there, it's certainly put you in the mood, because it's just, it's infectious. It is super, super, super. The amount of people, the amount of fantastic singers, the buskers, it is just absolutely tops. And this year I'm hoping that people will make it, because the bush is in such a terrible state and in terrible need of help, that the more people they can get there, the better, to try and spend a few dollars. All right, keeping up on the drought and the situation in Australia, with people always looking up at the sky hoping for a bit of rain. Unlike Ireland, where you're looking up the sky and hoping to Christ the rain will stop. But here's my rendition of a great song, Talk of the Town.
Sun goes down on a cloudless sky. The tide is in and the water's high. The fishermen are back in town. Tonight they'll either drink or drown. Wait for rain to come down. Wait for rain all year round. It's the talk of the town going round. If you're ever in that dull country, strangest land you've ever seen, the sun's so hot, the ground's on fire, the thermometer won't go no higher. Wait for rain to come down. Wait for rain all year round. It's the talk of the town going round. If you wanna lose those lonely blues, you best put on your dancing shoes. The ringers make for the water hole. Tonight the town will rock and roll. Wait for rain to come down. Wait for rain, what a mighty sound. It's the talk of the town going round. Murray knows this ancient land like the back of his own hand. See the braga on the plain, thousands dancing bring the rain, and that rain coming down. Hear that rain, what a mighty sound. It's the talk of the town coming down. See that rain coming down. Hear that rain, what a mighty sound. It's the talk of the town coming down. Yeah, coming down. Yeah, coming down, oh, coming down. Yes, the talk of the town, going round and praying for rain like we've never done it before. All right, last week, as you know, I did a special program to support those people who managed to stick it up the government and get them to change their mind about celebrating and commemorating the Black and Tans. My God, the stories that are floating around now, the young generation had no idea because, hey, I'm the old generation and it was the generation before me who told the stories to us. So I think we might have got slack and forgot to pass it on, but very important. But this song, which I will be performing on Thursday night at the Appin Pub. This song is number 1 in Ireland, and it is number 5 here in Australia. How about that? Good on you, Irish people over here. And apparently all the proceeds from the sale of the track out here is going to the Fireys. So there you go. Well done, Wolf Tones. Here you are with Come Out, Ya Black and Tans.
I was born on the Dublin street where the Lyle are up to beat, and the loving English feet walked all over us. And every single night when me dad would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours out with his chorus. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Joy white for you and medals down in Flanders. Ta-ra, how the early painted on like Galway. From the green and lovely night of Gaelic and come let us hear you tell how you slept the great Parnell when you taught them well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers that you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 60th were executed? Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Joy of white for you and medals down in Flanders. How the early painted on like Galloway from the Korean and lovely nights of Gaelic and come tell us how we used to live with the old Arabs 2 by 2. Like the Zulus, they had spears and bow and arrows. Arabia-based one, which is 16 pound a gun, and you frighten them and nailers to the marrow. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white for you and medals down in Flanders. How the early painted on like Galloway from the Korean and lovely nights of Gaelic and come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white for you and medals down in Flanders. How the early painted on like Galloway from the Korean and lovely nights of Gaelic and
Yeah, that's the one and only Wolf Tones there with the smash hit from way back when and immediately now. Come out, ya black and tans. Well, I believe your Taoiseach, Mr. Varadkar, is discussing when the election is going to be held. I've heard the skeptics say that if he holds the election within 4 months, in under 4 months, he won't get his Taoiseach's pension. So the chances are it's going to be 4 months and a week. So work that out, okay? That'll be January, February, March, April, May. So it'll be the end of May. Okay? The end of May. That's when you're going to have your election. Because he's not going to miss out on his big pension. But what are you going to do with him? Show him the door. Good on yous. God, I've become terribly political altogether. All right, here's Grant Lures with another Aussie farming song. And again, can't take our mind off the farmers. A farming man.
The sun is rising on a new day. There's work to be done, and it looks like rain. Can you hear the thunder? The storm is near. Better move those sheep before we shear. 50 years I've worked my land, seen the seasons good and bad. It's here I was born, like my father before. I've raised my family, and I'm proud of what I see. Proud to be a farming man. I've seen many changes in my day. Now I watch my sons do it their way. His father is proud, they've turned out fine. The future is theirs, and the past is mine. 50 years I've worked my land, seen the seasons good and bad. It's here I was born, like my father before. I've raised my family, and I'm proud of what I see. Proud to be a farming man. Couldn't live in the city, need an open sky. Only a farmer can tell you why. There's nothing better than a setting sun, when the day is over and the work is done. 50 years I've worked my land, seen the seasons good and bad. It's here I was born, like my father before. I've raised my family, and I'm proud of what I see. Proud to be a farming man. 50 years I've worked my land, seen the seasons good and bad. It's here I was born, like my father before. I've raised my family, and I'm proud of what I see. Proud to be a farming man. Proud to be a farming man.
Yes, that's Grant Lures there and the song The Farming Man. And if you listen again to the words, very like Irish song that I've never found an Irish song that wasn't a story. Okay, and that's telling the story of farming in Australia. You don't do it for the money. You do it because you're cut out for it. That's about it. All right. Currently, it started last Saturday in Parks in New South Wales. The famous annual Elvis Festival. And again, I was reminded the other day that the first year the festival took place, they had 30 people, 30 people in the local hall for the Elvis, and it was an Elvis dinner. It was one night, okay, just one little concert. Now, 25 years later, 35,000 people normally end up in Parks for the Elvis Festival. Wall-to-wall Elvises. And hopefully a lot of people will see the way clear to going out there this year as well. I've got a frog in my throat doing this show here and I can't get rid of it. I've been doing all sorts of things. Anyway, here's Elvis, his latest flame.
A very old friend came by today, 'cause he was telling everyone in town of the love that he just found and the reasoning of his latest flame. He talked and talked, and I heard him say that she had the longest, blackest hair, the prettiest green eyes anywhere, and the reasoning of his latest flame. Though I smiled, the tears inside were burning. I wished him luck and then he said goodbye. He was gone, but still his words kept returning. What else was there for me to do but cry? Would you believe that yesterday this girl was in my arms and swore to me she'd be mine eternally, and the reasoning of his latest flame. Though I smiled, the tears inside were burning. I wished him luck and then he said goodbye. He was gone, but still his words kept returning. What else was there for me to do but cry? Would you believe that yesterday this girl was in my arms and swore to me she'd be mine eternally, and the reasoning of his latest flame, yeah, the reasoning of his latest flame, oh, the reasoning of his latest.
Oh yeah, Elvis Presley, whose birthday was on the 8th, or would have been on the 8th of January. And God, he would have been in his 80s, wouldn't he? He was 43 when he died, and he died in 77. Work that out for you little arithmetic people. All right. Here's one that I've made this into a YouTube clip as well, and it's up on my page, and I shared it to the yesterday. Actually, I shared it to the It's All About Carlo page, and it's had 150 views so far. So, because it is all about Carlo, and this song is Home to County Carlo.
I was walking by the river, I was walking on my own, and as I saw down deep green waters, they reminded me of home. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. Take me back to the place where I belong. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. 'Cause I'm sure I stayed away too long. As I was standing on the shore there, saw a woman, oh so sweet. She was smiling as she passed me by. I was reminded of where I want to be. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. Take me back to the place where I belong. Take me home, home to the county home, home to the county Carlo. Take me back to the place where I belong. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. 'Cause I'm sure I've stayed away too long. Oh, I just can't forget her. I can't make that longing go away. I think about the good times, never lost the memory or the faith. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. Take me back to the place where I belong. Take me home, home to the county Carlo. 'Cause I'm sure I've stayed away too long. 'Cause I'm sure I've stayed away too long.
Yeah, there you go. There's a good song about County Carlo with a bit of kick to it. All right, now one from my friend Martin Doherty up in Wallerawang in the Blue Mountains. And hopefully you're still safe and well up there, Martin. I know the fires were threatening you guys as well. This one was written by Martin when he went home 2 years ago now. And he was walking around his native Dublin up and down the Liffey, and he penned this song, great song, called Dublin Today.
I hear the bells of Christchurch ring out over Dublin town, and I think of my friends who are past and gone away, and the seagulls by the Liffey wait for their surprise, and the statues of our patriots stand proud and high. Oh, how I love you, old Dublin, today. I love you more than I can say. So take my hand and show me the things I have not seen. Oh, how I love old Dublin town today. I took a stroll by Kilmainham jail, where me dar and I once walked, and I remember what he said about Ireland's greatest loss. How Connolly and his comrades were shot down by the foe. Now I walk these streets and I'm proud to say I call Dublin my home. Oh, how I love you, old Dublin, today. I love you more than I can say. So take my hand and show me the things I have not seen. Oh, how I love old Dublin town today. I stepped inside O'Donoghue's to hear Joe Foley play his songs, and I heard a man from Portugal singing a Christy Moore song, and the reels and jigs just took me to a place I used to be, If a Slattery's on a Saturday night back in 73. So now it's time to leave you, though my heart is sad and sore, to leave the place where I was born and to see Christchurch no more. But the memories that I take today will be always by my side, and the love for my dear country will be with me till I die. Oh, how I love you, oh, Dublin today. I love you more than I can say. So take my hand and show me the things I have not seen. Oh, how I love old Dublin town today. Oh, how I love you, old Dublin today. I love you more than I can say. So take my hand and show me the things I have not seen. Oh, how I love old Dublin town today. Oh, how I love old Dublin town today.
Yes, indeed, that song is called Dublin Today, and the writer and singer is the great Martin Doherty. And I hope you enjoyed it. Lovely song. Even if you're not a Dubliner, it's a good song. Now we have one that's a bit, how you going? But I love it. This is Heather Stewart. If I Can't Take You With Me.
Since I can remember, you're all I know. From summers to winters, laughter and woe. Well, my memories fade and my heart it beats slow. And if I can't take you with me, I just wanna go. Every step of my life, I walk them with you. As it comes to an end, there's one left to do. We all face the river and cross it alone. And if I can't take you with me, I just won't go. to show, but the love I have for you continues to grow. Well, the sun is setting and the winds you won't blow, and if I can't take you with me, then I just won't go. Every step of my life, I walk them with you. As it comes to an end, there's one left to do. We all face forever and cross it alone. And if I can't take you with me, then I just won't go. If I can't take you with me, I just won't go.
A beautiful song there by Heather Stewart. If I can't take you with me, I just won't go. All right, here's an oldie. Here's a Merle Haggard one from way back in the days. I hope that my mate Davy Dwyer's listening in. You could add this to your set, Davy. This is Swinging Doors.
This old smoke-filled barn is something I'm not used to, but I gave up my home to see you satisfied, and I just called to let you know where I'll be living. It's not much, but I feel welcome here inside. And I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. And my new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. I've got everything I need to drive me crazy, and I've got everything it takes to lose my mind. And in here, the atmosphere's just right for heartache. And thanks to you, I'm always here till closing time. And I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. And my new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. I'm always here at home till closing time.
Email Shay at shaydownunder@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's the quickest way to get hold of us, or go to the Facebook page. If you're picking us up on any of the, I think I'm across about 40 Facebook pages. And of course, you could be sitting in the car driving around County Carlow listening to us on Red Rock Radio, or you could be doing the same thing down in Cork We have irishradio.org in London, but Irish Country Radio Online in Cork. So, hope you're enjoying it wherever you are listening. Now it is time to improve things, and here's a bit of an update. The news this morning said we could be facing 5 days of horrendous rain. It sounds biblical, doesn't it? Fire and flood and pestilence. I tell you what now, man might have to start looking at the good book again. All right, let's hope it's this. Better times a coming.
Place I can borrow. Give the landlord all the news. The rent comes due tomorrow. Lots of money in the bank. They say that's where they keep it. Not only wouldn't they lend me some, they wouldn't let me see it. So take away the old banjo, keep that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup. There's better times coming. Twice as strong as any ox, looks a little better. I didn't kiss that Mary Lou but once, and then I had to leave her. She made my collar get so tight, I start to burn my fever. So pick away the old banjo, keep that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup, there's better times coming, yeah. Chasing him, he just kept getting thinner. He nearly ran himself to death, so I brought him in for dinner. The cotton crops are mighty poor, the weeds are sure to grow. I need a woman pretty fast to help me with the hoe. So pick away the old banjo, get that guitar strumming. Put more water in the soup, there's better times coming. So pick away the old banjo, get that guitar strumming. More water in the soup, there's better times coming.
Yeah, another great Carlow man there, Derek Ryan, and better times a coming. Hope so. Now here's Paddy Feeney, A Road That Never Ends.
I travel this mortal way most every day, and I never start counting those miles far away. It's a part of my life people don't understand. It's a road that never ends. My loved ones, they worry when I'm leaving home. Come back to us safely, make sure that you're home. Be careful of the frost and go slow around those bends. It's a road that never ends. It's a road that never ends. Playing in many places where I've met so many friends. It's what I do best, north to south and east to west. It's a road that never ends. And when I am coming home in the morning so bright, I'll think of all those people who were dancing tonight. I
tomorrow with God's help I'll do it all over again on the road that never ends. It's a road that never ends. Been in many places where I've met so many friends. It's what I do best, north to south and east to west. It's a road that never ends. It's a road that never ends. Been in many places where I've met so many friends. It's what I do best, north to south and east to west. It's a road that never ends. It's a road that never ends.
Yes, that's Patrick Feeney there, and a road that never ends. Well, here's another Paddy. Paddy O'Brien, Blue Ridge Mountain Blues.
When I was young and in my prime, I left my home in Caroline. Now all I do is sit and cry for the folks I left behind. I got the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues, and I'll hang my head and sigh. Every day I'll find until I climb that mountain on the Blue Ridge far away. I'm gonna do right by my mom. I'm gonna do right by my pa. I'll hang around the kitchen door. No work, no worries anymore. I got the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues, and I'll hang my head and sigh. Every day I'll fight until I climb that mountain on the Blue Ridge far away. I see a window with a light. I see two heads of snowy white, and I can hear them both inside. Where is our wandering boy tonight? I got the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues, and I hang my head and sigh. Every day I'll fight until I climb that mountain on the Blue Ridge far away. Every day I'll fight until I climb that mountain on the Blue Ridge far away.
Yeah, that's Paddy O'Brien there in the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. Now, here's John Glenn. We're going down the rack of all these old guys that were all in the show band scene when I was back in Ireland doing the same thing. And they're still hanging in there. Here's John Glenn, Don't Say Goodbye.
I guess we've had it. You said it's time for us to end. And words like sorry won't begin to make it mend. Yes, the signs are just just have the chance to take the pieces and begin again. Don't say to me, don't say goodbye.
Yes, that's John Glenn there, and Don't Say Goodbye. Now, here's a gang called The Whole Shebang. Ah, good song. Nobody loves like the Irish.
Have you ever wondered how it all began? We're scattered from New Jersey to Japan. To others it's a source of great amusement how we make as many babies as we can. For years men have wondered why the Irish multiplied. 'Tis only now they know the reason why. Because nobody loves like the Irish. The rest of the world just do the best they can. We've got a reputation for fighting, we know. But when it comes to loving, stand back and watch the Irish go. Now the French say that they're the most romantic, but a lady named Bardot said it's not so. She had all the vital statistics that any man would ever want to know. Russians, Japanese, boy, she sure was hard to please, till one day she discovered at her ease that nobody loves like the Irish. The rest of the world just do the best they can. We've got a reputation for fighting, we know. But when it comes to loving, stand back, watch the Irish go. Someone said before that God created poaching to stop the Irish ruling the world. But what he didn't know as he distilled it was that whiskey made them frisky and much more. Aphrodisiacs may come and Kama Sutras they may go, but one thing's for certain we know. It's that nobody loves like the Irish. The rest of the world just do the best they can. We've got a reputation for fighting, we know. But when it comes to loving, stand back and watch the Irish go. Oh yeah, when it comes to loving, stand back and watch the Irish go.
Yes, indeed, that is Nobody Loves Like the Irish. Now, here's one. This is by the most famous radio singer of all time. He's known as Various Artists. Since we got into this age of everything being on digital stuff, sometimes you put a load of material into your computer and it takes it, and it doesn't tell you who the singer is. It just goes down as Various Artists. So here's Various Artists with This Is Where the Cowboy Rides Away, but I'll bet it's Logan McCool.
I knew the stakes were high right from the start. When she dealt the cards, I dealt my heart. Now I've just found a game that I can play. This is where the cowboy rides away, and my heart is sinking like the setting sun. Setting on the things I wish I'd done. It's time to say goodbye to yesterday. This is where the cowboy rides away. We've been in and out of love and in between. Now we face the final showdown scene. As the credits roll, a sad song starts to play. And this is where the cowboy rides away. And my heart is sinking like the setting sun. Setting on the things I wish I'd done. It's time to say goodbye to yesterday. This is where the cowboy rides away. And my heart is sinking like the setting sun. Setting on the things I wish I'd done. The last goodbye's the hardest one to say. This is where the cowboy rides away.
last goodbye's the hardest one to say. This is where the cowboy rides away.
I think I was right. Logan McCool there, and this is where the cowboy rides away. Now, I've found the poem that sums up Australia and what we go through here all the time. And the poem was written by Dorothy McKellar way back in the day. So pardon me if I don't have the dramatic voice for the poem, but here it is. It's called My Country. The love of field and coppice, of green and shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens, is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft, dim skies. I know, but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. The stark white ring-barked forests, all tragic to the moon, the sapphire misted mountains, the hot gold hush of noon. Green tangle of the brushes, where lithe lianas coil, and orchids deck the tree-tops, and ferns the dark warm soil. Core of my heart, my country, her pitiless blue sky, when sick at heart around us we see the cattle die. But then the grey clouds gather, and we can bless again the drumming of an army, the steady soaking rain. Core of my heart, my country, land of the rainbow gold, for flood and fire and famine she pays us back threefold. Over the thirsty paddocks watch after many days the filmy veil of greenness that thickens as we gaze. An opal-hearted country, a wilful, lavish land. All of you who have not loved her, you will not understand. Though earth holds many splendours, wherever I may die, I know to what brown country my homing thoughts will fly. That is, the great Dorothy McKellar wrote that song, my God, 100 years ago. So things haven't changed, maybe got a bit worse, if anything, but they haven't certainly improved. That's the unfortunate thing. Now, what should I come up with as a song to follow it here? This will do the job. And this is a song by John Williamson. Sums up the Aussie. True Blue.
Hey, true blue, don't say you've gone. Say you've knocked off for a smoker, and you'll be back later on. Hey, true blue, hey, true blue, give it to me straight, face to face. Are you really disappearing? Just another dying race. Hey, true blue, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? true blue. I'm asking you, hey true blue, can you bear the load? Will you tie it up with wire just to keep the show on the road? Hey true blue, hey true blue, now be fair dinkum, is your heart still there? If they sell us out like sponge cake, do you really care? Hey true blue, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when she's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, true blue.
Yeah, John Williamson there with a great song, True Blue. My mate Tony does that in our band, so when we're in Ireland this year, getting closer, that's one that will be featured in the sets because Tony does a really good job on that. Now here's James Blundell, handsome dude they tell me, and the song, The Blue Healer, famous Australian dog.
Out in the bar of old Blue Healer, pictures look back in time. Back to the sun and a face to the wind, planes roll away every side. Looking back, she was a shack on the edge of a northern dirt road. Drovers and mobs and road trains and dogs, part of the trade that she's known. 100 years on the Diamantina, there's the time for the old Blue Healer. She stood proud while folks just come and go. 100 years and every boy he sees in memory can't be stored. If she could talk, she'd recall how they lived, loved and died. 100 years gone by. Baked by the sun, blistered by heat, washed by the wet in its time. He's known every man who's hardened his hands, making this country his home. Most people know that it's just a stone's throw to where Patterson wrote down his lines. As his belly boiled, the throats have been oiled, bush folk down through the times. 100 years on the Diamantina, there's the time for the old Blue Healer. She stood proud while folks just come and go.
yeah, the Blue Healer song there by the one and only James Blundell. And next up we have another one of the greats. After poor old Slim went on to better things, Lee Kernaghan became known as the King of Country, but Slim was always the king. Here he is with High Country.
Honey, pack your bags, grab your old blue jeans. We're gonna go fishing in the mountain stream. I know a little shack way up in the hills, 25 miles from Harrietville, up in the high country.
Honey, you should see all the stars up there. They shine so bright through the cold night air. You're gonna feel me a fire that'll burn real hot, and I'll stay with you at the old camp hut up in the high country.
I got a four-wheel drive and I'm ready to roll. I wanna go flying up an old dirt road, up in the hills where the brumbies roam. This land is sure to be God's own. In the high country, in the high country, yeah. In the drought of 1882, the Madisons brought the cattle through.
From Mountain Creek to the staircase spur, we'll follow the tracks where they push the herd to the high country.
I got a four-wheel drive and I'm ready to roll. I wanna go flying up an old dirt road, up in the hills where the snow gum stands. You can see forever across this land. In the high country, that's where I wanna be, walking with you by a mountain stream. High country, that's where I wanna go. Got the bags packed, I'm ready to roll. Yeah, and I got a four-wheel drive and I'm ready to roll. I wanna go flying up an old dirt road, up in the hills where the snow gums stand. You can see forever across this land. Heading for the high country.
Ready to go.
Heading for the high country. Going to the high country. Heading for the high country. Got the bags packed, I'm ready to roll.
Yes, that's Lee Kernaghan and High Country. Now here's another one about the high country. Because the snowy mountains copped an awful belting in the last few days, the fires moved down, and the bad weather was further down from us and right down to the Victorian border and into Victoria. This song is The Snowy River Men.
Dear Mrs. Allen, I write to you today to say that I was with your son just before he passed away. I trained with him at Goulburn and we travelled on to France, and I was there when he got hit in the German advance. It seems so long ago now since we marched into your town, and all the young men heard the call and signed their names straight down, and the girls and the children proudly cheered us all along. Our bib and Luke that day was a feast of speech and song. But the snowy river men just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. From Goulburn to Sydney, then a ship from Circular Quay. A spirit of adventure stirred and filled both Les and me. It was great to be with comrades true and travelling abroad. For a while the war seemed far away and the world was to be taught. In Durban the natives took us travelling in style, in rickshaws that they pulled along at $1 a mile. In Cape Town we watched the black boys diving in the bay. The Snowies had a good time there and would have liked to stay. And the Snowy Rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. When we landed at Plymouth, we'd spent 8 weeks at sea, and in train straightway for Wilton, where our camp turned out to be. They treated us well there, so we really can't complain. Though the sky was grey, the weather bleak, and it always seemed to rain. When we set sail for France, the weather had turned fine, and it wasn't long before the call to reinforce the line. Then a shell whined above us, and we were raked with stones and mud. And I turned and saw Les sitting there in a pool of his own blood. And the Snowy Rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. He stared as the blood poured out of his legless thigh, and I carried him back to the 8-post close nearby. His blood soaked my uniform, but he never breathed a sigh. And I had no idea then that he was going to die. When I left him he spoke of a pain inside his chest. I suppose that's what killed him, I just don't know the rest. But I know that we all miss him and can't help but wonder why so many snowy men so quickly had to die. And the Snowy Rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. We hear the King's grateful for all the men who've died, and is sending home a photo of the graves in which they lie. Well, I still think that the cause is right, but it's not clear anymore why so many Australian men should die in Europe's war. We hope with our hearts that time will ease the pain of never once to see his face or hear his voice again. But I've seen so much death now since that day on which he died, that I can't now be the snowy man that once I was inside. And the Snowy Rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud.
That's a man by the name of Kevin Baker there, and a song about the men from the Snowies who went to war. Well, one of the things I would like to say and appeal to people, if you were thinking of coming to Australia for a holiday, don't change your mind, okay? We are a vast, vast continent, and yes, in comparison to countries like Ireland, we have burnt huge areas. The whole of Ireland would have disappeared long ago, but we have lots of beautiful places, and there are lovely places in the country that escaped all the trouble, and they desperately need tourism to survive, because in a lot of cases that's all they have. There's no work, there's no money, and they need the help. So the best way is, if you were thinking of coming to Oz for a holiday, come on down. What's the song, or what's the ad that Kylie's doing in Europe, I think, at the moment? So yes, please come on down. All right, here's my song, The Roseville Fair. Oh, the night was clear and the stars were shining, and the moon came up, so quiet in the sky, and the people gathered round, and the band was tuning. I can hear them now, playing Coming Through the Rye. You were dressed in blue, and you looked so lovely, just a gentle flower of a hometown girl. And you took my hand, and we stepped to the music with a single smile. You became my world, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. The drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Now we courted well, and we courted dearly, and we'd rock for hours on the front porch chair. Then a year went by from the day I met you, and I made you mine at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. The drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. So here's a song for all you lovers. Now here's a tune that you can share. May you dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo, with the rifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. So long ago, but I still remember we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Yes, every time we play anywhere, I'm asked to do that one, known commonly as the fiddles and the banjos. People seem to remember that line, but not necessarily the name of the song. All right, now, folks, I did promise that at the end of the show, I would play Heroes in Yellow once again to give you another listen to it. And keep an eye, have a look on my YouTube channel. If you actually Google, on your YouTube channel, Google Heroes in Yellow, it should come up. And the actual views are still climbing, so it's great. It's Paul Mallia, Heroes in Yellow.
26th of November, I tried lightning storm, green wildfire, hungry monster born. People argue angry, thought the town would burn. Fires all around them, but it wasn't their turn, 'cause those heroes in yellow came through for them that day. Lives are on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow, thank those It's all that's in its way. Across the lake to Oakdale, a hot and windy day. Sky turned red as fire, ashes falling down. Panic west of Sydney, people leaving town. But those heroes in yellow came true for them that day. Lives are on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow. Thank those heroes in yellow. Thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. 21st of December, catastrophic day. Little town of Balmoral was in the monster's way. Temperatures were rising, winds had come on strong. Everything was burning, how many houses gone? But those heroes in yellow came through for us today. Lives are on the line now, they know no other way. Thank those heroes in yellow. Thank those heroes in yellow. Thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. Thank those heroes in yellow. Sleep peacefully tonight. Thank those heroes in yellow.
Yes, Paul Mallia, Heroes in Yellow. Thank you for writing the song, Paul. It is brilliant. Well, that's where I have to leave it for this show. I look forward to doing it all again with you next time. Until then, please take care of yourselves and just think of us. But we are doing okay, but it's lovely to be thought of. God bless.
The time has come, say good night, for every road must end, for the ones who care, and they're always there, our very special friends. Let's say good night to those we love, and maybe shed a tear. But before we close, let's think of those we love who can't be here. Let's raise our hands to absent friends, for every road must end. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friend. As we go down the road of life, sometimes we race too fast, and as we chase the future bright, we can't forget the past. So let us cherish memories we hold inside our hearts, where those we love will always live and never to depart. Let's raise our hands to absent friends, for every road must end. You'll always be there in our be with absent friends. Let's raise our hands to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friend. Let's raise our hands to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friend. You'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friend.